Let's begin by settling the body, adopting a stable, comfortable, upright position, serviceable for meditation. So we think about keeping our feet flat and our back straight, torso open, hands in the lap, right over left, with the palms upturned and the thumbs gently touching. Our eyes are gently closed or slightly open, making sure we let in enough light to remain alert. Try to maintain an awareness of not slouching, not leaning. So let go of any unnecessary tension or rigidity in the body, relaxing into a stable, comfortable, upright position, just allowing the body to fall into place. We begin to cultivate the view of moving our awareness inward, letting go of thoughts of the past, plans for the future, letting go of attending to anything happening in the environment, concentrating our awareness in the present by attending closely to the physical sensation that accompanies the in-breath and the out-breath in the space around the opening of the nostrils. Noticing quickly when anything other than that one physical sensation is arising in the mind, and then without judgment or frustration, lifting our awareness up from those distractions, placing it gently but firmly, again and again on the breath. And then when the mind feels more calm, we'll generate a broad and altruistic motivation for our time. So begin to recognize that every other sentient being, not just those in the human realm, but those in every realm, is in the exact same situation as oneself. In their own way, in their own capacity, they want to be happy. They're engaged in whatever process is available to them to be free of suffering. As we contemplate today the suffering of the upper realms, these are ones of relative fortune, ones that can appear desirable, one that can trap us, thinking that we ought to create the causes and the conditions for their existence. But we wish to understand their sufferings, their drawbacks, to extend love and compassion, even when the suffering seems subtle. In order to extend the wish that we have for all beings to be free of even the slightest negativity. Ultimately, we can't leave a single sentient being out of our love, our compassion, and our wish for them to be perfectly happy. So we contemplate these drawbacks in order to universalize those motivations in our lives. To understand the depth and breadth of suffering, so that we can avoid it ourselves, and so that we can have genuine love and compassion for those experiencing even these subtle sufferings. With that motivation, today we will finish the specific sufferings of samsara by contemplating the sufferings of the upper realms, the human, demigod, and god realms. When we think of the human realm, the one that we are ourselves are presently experiencing, we return to the list of the 8 sufferings, recognizing that this is what characterizes life within the human realm. The involuntary process of birth arising from karma mixed with delusion, the involuntary suffering of aging, the process that begins at birth. The suffering of illness, which too can begin at birth, can begin at any time, and is experienced again and again throughout the lifetime. We are subject to the suffering of illness at every moment. The suffering of death, being separated from everything that we've accumulated, everyone that we know, the encountering of what is unpleasant, from the subtle aches and pains of the body to grief, being separated from what is pleasant, the temporary nature of forms of happiness that depend upon the senses. Being thwarted from obtaining what one desires. All of the striving and effort that we engage in that often doesn't pan out. And then simply having a body and mind the appropriated aggregates that have as their origin past karma and delusion, which allows the body and mind to experience suffering. So think how not only in one's own life, but necessarily every human life is pervaded by the eight sufferings, not just in this one life, but again and again. There is no human life on this planet or any other that we could be born into where we would become free of the eight sufferings. So try to turn away in your mind from grasping at this kind of experience as something inherently useful, seeing it only as a means to an end. And we bring to mind the demigod realm, which is just below the desire realm gods. Beings in the demigod realm have significant power, long lifespans, incredible material abundance, and yet they can see into the realm of the desire realm gods, whose resources, whose pleasures outshine them. And their predominant state is one of envy. And they engage in continuous violence against the desire realm gods on the basis of that envy. But they experience defeat again and again. And in those conflicts, their process of dying is long and painful. So, in one way of thinking, the energy of envy finds its fully ripened result in this state, even though they possess what we would consider incredible good fortune. Their minds are obsessed with more. So, again, turn away from any sense that one should strive for such a state. We can bring to mind the desire realm gods, which have lives that measure from millions to billions of years, with sensory pleasures more refined, more intense. Their bodies are luminous, without decay or change over time, until the very end of these lives, as death does occur. And upon recognition of their death, they experience a terror that's unimaginable, having had no conditioning, no expectation, losing all of that stability, comfort. Their deaths are joined with a vision of their next rebirth, which, given that they have spent incredible amounts of virtuous karma to sustain their lives, is often in the lower realms. And having been intoxicated by the bliss of that realm, they've created no new positive karma. So, in that way, see it as a suffering experience, one that wouldn't serve any spiritual goal, one which engenders our love and our compassion, and also our renunciation. And having seen the drawbacks of every opportunity within cyclic existence, recognize that What you want is not a better position within it, but to end the cycle of involuntary rebirth motivated by past karma and delusion. That there simply is nowhere within cyclic existence that's stable, truly happy, truly content, truly free of all suffering, which leaves open only the path of liberation. And then when you're ready, we'll come back together. And we'll dedicate. So recollect your altruistic motivation. Think that by having engaged in this contemplation, you've actualized that motivation, which has generated positive energy in your mind. And think that you freely offer the fruit of your practice, that positive energy, for the benefit of all sentient beings without exception. Thinking strongly when this positive energy ripens, may it serve as a cause and condition to eliminate war and conflict, poverty, famine, disease, disasters, all painful inner and outer conditions. May it fully ripen the minds of all sentient beings. May they quickly meet perfect teachers and arise in the state of full enlightenment. May I too achieve the state of enlightenment so that I might work for the benefit of sentient beings perfectly. May any obstacles facing the Guru's own life be completely dispelled. And may I and all sentient beings in this moment come under the joyful care and guidance of enlightened beings. May we be guided and protected until we swiftly achieve that state of enlightenment. Thank you.